Once upon a time, there were two groups of people living in the same land, Israel and Palestine. They had been living together for centuries, sharing the same cities, streets, and markets. But over time, the relationship between the two groups had become increasingly tense and violent, fueled by conflicting claims to the same land. Israel, founded in 1948, was home to many Jewish immigrants who had fled persecution and genocide in Europe during World War II. The new state of Israel was established on land that was already inhabited by Palestinians, many of whom had been living there for generations. For the Palestinians, the creation of Israel was a catastrophe known as the Nakba, or the catastrophe. Hundreds of thousands of Palestinians were forced to flee their homes and became refugees. Those who stayed behind became second-class citizens in their own land. Over the years, tensions between Israelis and Palestinians have flared up into violence many times. The conflict has taken many forms, including wars between the two sides, terrorist attacks, and military occupations. One of the most contentious issues is the status of Jerusalem, a city that is sacred to both Jews and Muslims. Israel claims Jerusalem as its capital, while the Palestinians see it as the capital of a future Palestinian state. The conflict has also been complicated by the presence of Israeli settlements in the West Bank, which Palestinians see as illegal and a barrier to their own state. The Israeli government argues that the settlements are necessary for security and that they are built on land that has been legally acquired. Despite many attempts to broker peace, the conflict between Israel and Palestine continues to this day. Both sides have suffered greatly, with countless lives lost and communities torn apart. Ultimately, the solution to the conflict between Israel and Palestine will require a willingness to listen to each other's concerns and to find common ground. Only then can the two sides begin to move forward toward a peaceful future. As the years have passed, the situation in Israel and Palestine has become increasingly complex. The conflict has deep roots in history, religion, and politics, and there are no easy solutions. Many people on both sides of the conflict have suffered greatly. Israeli citizens have been killed and injured in terrorist attacks, and Israeli soldiers have lost their lives in wars and military operations. Palestinians have also suffered greatly, with many killed and injured in Israeli military operations and airstrikes, and many more living under occupation and in refugee camps. The international community has been involved in efforts to resolve the conflict, with the United Nations and many countries pushing for a peaceful solution. However, the issue remains one of the most intractable and difficult in the world. Despite the challenges, there have been some signs of progress in recent years. In 2020, Israel signed agreements with the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, and Sudan, which were seen as a major step toward peace in the region. These agreements normalized relations between Israel and these Arab countries and were seen as a breakthrough in a region where tensions have long been high. However, the conflict between Israel and Palestine remains unresolved. The issues at the heart of the conflict, including the status of Jerusalem and the future of Israeli settlements in the West Bank, continue to be major obstacles to peace. Many people around the world continue to work toward a peaceful resolution to the conflict. Some advocate for a two-state solution, in which Israel and Palestine would each have their own independent state. Others argue for a single state that would be shared by both Israelis and Palestinians, with equal rights and protections for all. Whatever the solution may be, it will require a willingness on both sides to listen to each other's concerns and to find a way forward that is fair and just for all. Only then can the people of Israel and Palestine hope to achieve a lasting peace that will allow them to live together in harmony and prosperity. If you want to see more videos like this or you want to tell a topic, so comment down below. I will make sure to make a video, and make sure to subscribe my channel and share my videos.